Welcome back to another episode of A Couple Things podcast.
Welcome back.
We were gone last week, but we're back this week and we're ready to go. I'm actually feeling kind of sick right now, to be honest, and it's really late at night. Yeah. I think I'm pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant.
I'm being serious.
It's that time of the month.
No, I'm just kidding. It is that time of the month.
Definitely not pregnant. Babe, honestly, I think it's what we ate. We just got done eating Chinese food. And Chinese food is pretty good, but like it's just, sometimes late at night eating Chinese food is a little bit heavy.
Yeah, and I had 2 glasses of wine, but it was like hours ago, so now it wore off. It's literally already midnight now.
Yeah.
And we're barely starting this. It's going to be a very late night, but we are dedicated.
And we are dedicated. We actually didn't get to post last week because we have a lot of stuff going on in our life right now. Probably one of the most biggest changes that we're about to face in our life. Well, not biggest, because I feel like having a child is like one of the biggest, but like another big step in our life. We're going to be moving states. So if you guys don't know, we're moving from Los Angeles, California to Dallas, Texas. And we found a house. We love our house. I was actually just there yesterday because we had like an inspection and all that fun stuff that we have to do before you buy the house. So we did that. And now we're just like kind of on the closing part, like waiting to do the closing date and stuff.
Yeah, and it's a long process, you guys. Like, it is not as easy as you would think. It's so much that goes into it, so much paperwork. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. You need me to send you what?
Yeah, and it's like really hard because we're not buying a house in the same state we already live in. Like, we're buying a house in a state that's 3 hour, like a 3-hour plane ride. So it's kind of difficult for us to, be back and forth and, do all that stuff. But it's worth it. But we just want to let you guys know that is the real reason why we didn't post last week, because we were just handling all that stuff. And it just it's very stressful for us.
Yeah. Julius literally went all the way to Dallas, Texas for one day yesterday, you guys. Like, his flight was at 5 a.m., right?
5 a.m.
You left the house at like 3 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I Ubered to the airport at like 3. I didn't go to sleep all day, all night. It was like a 3-hour plane ride. Slept on the plane, got to Texas, and like we live about 30 minutes away from the airport or something like that. I don't know, like 25, 30 minutes away from the airport. So went to the house and was literally there all day, just going through inspection, going through like the home orientation and all that stuff, because it's a new build. So he got to like show us how the house works and just all this fun stuff. But it's a long process because I hate flying, and that was probably the most stressful part for me, was just the flying process and just being on the plane. And
that's the first time you've flown anywhere without me and Koa in a long time. Well, actually, I've never flown anywhere without Koa.
Yeah, that's my boy. I don't really like leaving Koa. I like to be with him. And the whole day yesterday, I was kind of sad because it's like when I got home, he's asleep.
Oh,
he's sleeping. I can't.
Yeah, you didn't get to see him all day yesterday.
All day yesterday.
Were you sad?
I was sad, but honestly, I feel really good because we're gonna be moving, and our house that we're moving into is our baby. Like, I love it so much. I love the area. We have so much land and so much like crazy stuff that we can do to the backyard and just around the house. Is
so many projects. Like, yeah, it's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.
So fun. So if you aren't subscribed to our main YouTube channel, JuJu Des, go subscribe right now, because you guys will be able to see the whole journey from literally when we move into the house. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun process. We actually plan on moving next month. So yeah,
it's going to be a lot. I'm not looking forward to the packing and the moving process, but we're just going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff. We definitely like to declutter. We definitely don't like just having a lot of stuff that we don't use in our space. Like, we need to be clear in order to function properly.
Especially this house, because this is a house that we're actually buying. And this is something that we're going to be living in for a while. So, you know, we want to make sure that it's always clean and comfortable and cozy. You know, it's like it's your home. It's your safe place.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, I'm so sleepy right now.
Oh my! Hey guys, we gotta turn her up. She's tired, guys. We be talking about this house and stuff all day. That's why. Okay, babe. So look, let's get spicy. We're gonna start this real spicy because I seen somebody had DM'd us on a couple things Instagram. If you guys want to ever ask us anything, or you guys want some advice, like for us to answer any questions or anything on a podcast, go DM us on a couple things on Instagram. A couple things podcast on Instagram. Go do that if you guys, you know what I'm saying.
Wait, you didn't say if you missed me yesterday.
Babe, I miss, baby. That's not even a question.
So like, how did it feel being without us? Was it weird? Did you have more anxiety being without us or less?
I had less anxiety because it was less for me to worry about. Like I didn't have to worry about.
What, you think me and Ko are a big responsibility?
No, not like that. It's just, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you got to make sure your girl is safe, she's happy, and she's, you know, feeling good. And then Koa, he's just crazy right now.
Yeah, well, he definitely is a big responsibility.
Yeah, he's in the stage of just like wanting to grab anything that's by him. Like if there's anything by him, he's going to grab it and touch it. Doesn't matter if it's a fire. It could be ice cold. It does not matter. He's going to grab it and touch it.
A fire?
Like I'm just saying anything.
He has not grabbed fire.
He hasn't grabbed a fire, but I'm just saying anything that's in like his reach. He's grabbing, he's touching it. So that is like, it was like a plus. I was able to sleep on the plane. It wasn't like a plus is like, oh, I'm going to visit this place and I don't want to bring my family. But it was a quick trip. It was a business. I had to get this stuff done.
You feel like a businessman?
No, I mean, I am a businessman, you know. I am a bit. No, I'm just playing, man. Nah, but for real though, I felt like it was just something that I really needed to handle. It was a big responsibility, and I feel like it took a lot of weight off of our shoulders just by going to do that, because now the next step is literally getting the keys and just moving in.
Yes, I'm so excited for that. I cannot
wait.
So
excited.
It's going to be amazing and a beautiful time, and I hope we really love it out there.
We're going to love it.
I hope so.
We're going to jump into this podcast and get real juicy with it. You know, somebody asked this on a couple things podcast Instagram, and this question is for Destiny, and this is just a spicy question. We're gonna start this podcast
specifically for me,
specifically for you.
Okay.
And they were actually I don't know if they were coming at you, but this is just a question.
Great, they're always coming at somebody.
Nah, they ain't.
I'm gonna tell you about. I'm gonna talk to you about coming at. Oh, wait. That's on. Okay, no, wait. I did not mean that.
Let's rephrase that there, buddy.
I will talk to you about people coming for people in a sec after you read this.
Okay, you still need to rephrase that.
No.
I don't know what's going on. But somebody asked Destiny, why were you working at Hooters when you could have worked anywhere else? When I met you.
Did they really?
I swear to
God. You came up with that question.
No, babe,
Let me see.
Seriously, somebody, I wrote it down now, but it's on here.
Conveniently, he can't find it, you guys.
No, it's on here. It's just so many questions. Look, right there. Why was Destiny working at Hooters when she could literally work?
You probably made an account just to write that. I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Okay, well, let me tell you guys. So I was in college and I worked at Home Depot, actually. Right before I worked at Hooters, I worked at Home Depot.
That's crazy.
Yes. And I was a little cashier and I would scan all the little items and all that type of stuff. I would only work like 4-hour shifts, so it wasn't that bad. It was actually a pretty easy job, but it got to be a lot because the people that worked there started like literally kind of bullying me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because you're like a cute girl working at Home Depot. That's a labor and you go get tools and stuff.
Well, not the customers weren't mean to me.
No, I know. Well, I'm saying like the workers are probably just like, this girl, she's over here working at?
Well, I'm not gonna. It was this one lady in particular. She was like an older, not older, but definitely older than me. I was still so young. I wasn't even 21 yet, and I was in college. And she was probably in her 40s or something. And she would like tell on me and try to get me in trouble over everything. Like one time I wore literally a Karen. I wore a knitted sweater. Like, you know, those knitted sweaters, like big chunky knits or whatever. Fully sealed, you guys. Like it was not see-through at all. But she told on me that my sweater had holes in it. It was knitted. So obviously, you know, it has like little tight holes in it.
Yeah.
So sure. I got in trouble and like, they told me I couldn't wear that again. Like I was going to get sent home, all this stuff for wearing a knitted sweater. I'm like, okay, she needs to chill. Anyways, then I was working the self-checkout line and apparently she walked by and apparently she said that I was playing with my hair. Like, I don't know if I was twirling it. It's probably that little nervous tick that I have, that anxiety tick. That's probably what I was doing.
Yeah, she be playing with her hair all the time.
Yeah, so I got in trouble for playing with my hair, like literally called into the office and all. For playing with my hair. I'm like, okay, now they're taking it too far. Plus, I was literally making like $200 in 2 weeks.
You said you were barely even working like 2-3 hours.
No, I would work 4 hours a shift.
Oh, okay. So that's not really, that's
probably like 4 days a week.
It's like a part-time.
Yeah, it was a part-time job, but I was in college and I commuted 2 hours there and back. So anyways, I was only making like $200 a week. And then Hooters was right across the street
okay.
from Home Depot.
So did you have friends or anything that already worked at Hooters that you were like, oh, well, I might as well, you know what I'm saying, work with them that are friends?
Well, so one time actually, like the manager or one of the managers or something came into Home Depot to get something. And he told me like, oh, you should come apply.
Why? So basically he's checking you out.
No.
He's checking you out.
No.
The manager from Hooters is checking my wife out at Home Depot.
But he wasn't the manager. He wasn't, when I actually went to apply, he didn't even work there anymore. So I don't even know who it was. I don't even remember. But anyways, and then also I did have a cousin that worked there like a long time ago. Not at that specific location, but in Miami. So it was kind of like always thought like, oh, that's a possibility. I don't know.
Okay, so you just took the job and was like, all right, cool.
And I went. I was like, okay, you get tips, so it's more money. Yeah. And I did make a lot more money there than Home Depot.
And you're in college. You're a college student, so you're probably like needing more money. And like you had a commute that you had to go to, so gas and all that stuff. And you live in California. Plus, at that time, like you were younger and like just everything was. Yeah,
I was actually able to save up a good amount of money when I worked there. Like you actually make good tips when you waitress.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like anywhere you waitress, like even me, anywhere I go.
You didn't wait.
No, I didn't waitress or anything, but anywhere I go, I like to tip.
Yeah,
true. Like I tip a really good amount because it's like, you know, not everybody is skilled enough to just come up to a table, take an order, remember the order, process the order, then keep coming back, plus have more tables and stuff. Like that's really hard to me.
And let me tell you guys how important tipping is, because this drives me nuts. Like I know some people may not have like the money to tip a big amount, but you should definitely at least tip something if you're gonna go out to a restaurant and like maybe budget a little bit in terms of what you're going to order or something if you can't afford to even leave a couple dollars. Because when you are a waitress, at least where I worked, and I'm pretty sure most restaurants, you actually at the end of your shift, you have to pay out a portion of your total sales. You have to pay that out for like the other staff members, like the hostess, the bartender, like sometimes the cook, whatever it is. So let's say somebody comes to a restaurant and their bill is $100 and they tip $0. You have to pay, even though they didn't tip, you still have to pay a percentage of their total bill. So like, let's say, I don't know, 5% or something. You have to tip $5. So now you are negative $5. So you just worked for however long, just serve them, and you're negative $5. You owe the restaurant.
So basically, moral of the story is
tip.
Don't forget to tip,
yes,
especially
please.
If you're getting good service. Now, if you're not getting good service, disregard everything that Destiny said, because honestly,
we'll speak to a manager and they'll probably
speak to a manager, figure out what you need to do. But you know, me, I'm just, if I don't get good service, I'm usually just like, all right, well.
And
I'm
honestly,
sorry.
there were a lot of girls there who gave horrible service. Like, I felt bad. Some girls literally do not care, which sucks.
I hate going to a restaurant and the person doesn't care, because honestly, I'm really, really like, bro, if you are a waiter or anything like that, like, I bow down to you, because like I said, that is very, very hard to do. So, you know, like, I understand some people have their good and their bad days or whatever, but, you know, that's your job. And, you know, you should always keep it professional and be, you know, real nice. And that's, the tip is the reward, like, you know. And plus, you know, sometimes you could even create relationships or like friendships and stuff. Like, I met a couple people that I know.
You met your wife?
Yeah, I met my wife. Literally, I met my wife. I met my wife right here.
Yeah, be nice to us. Oh my gosh, that's another. I'm like still saying us.
Yeah. Well, you still need to be nice to, you know, waitresses and waiters.
Because you know, the waitresses get all the heat. This is like a full-on rant about it, but seriously, oh my gosh, you just have to sit there and take it. Like, if the kitchen messes up something with their order, like, you're the one that's getting told off, like, and they just treat you like complete crap, and it's like not even your fault. I can understand if they're really doing something wrong, but I mean, still don't treat them like crap. You know, they're human beings. Sometimes you have a lot to juggle. It's really not that hard. I mean, it's really a hard job. It's not that easy.
Yeah, it's not that easy, you know.
Remember, I would be smashing in that restaurant.
Yeah, she was smashing, speed racing through there. I'm like, damn, she's speed lightning, Incredibles, just zoom, 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 everywhere she was going. But it's all good. But speaking of working in just all in all in employment and stuff, I saw somebody actually say this. They said on the internet, I forgot who posted it or wherever. I may have saw it on TikTok as well. But somebody was like, they couldn't date somebody that like worked a 9 to 5, and they would rather date somebody unemployed but finding different ways to make money. What do you think about that? Because when I saw that, I'm just like, bro, like, I don't know if this person knew what they were saying, or like maybe
do they have a job?
I don't know. No, it was just some random person. I'm not saying like it's a specific person, but it was like a random person that was just saying like, oh, I would rather date a guy who doesn't have a job but is striving to do something, rather than somebody who does have a job and
is like stagnant.
Like, that has income coming in. And stuff.
Well, okay, let me say, does it not matter at all, the job? Like, now, let's say now, if I told you that I wanted to go back and work at Hooters, like now, like, what if I told you I'm kind of bored with our life, and even though, you know, it's not going to bring in all the money, like, I really want to go back to work at Hooters because it made me happy. What would you say?
I would be like, I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm not really down for that. Like,
why?
You want to start a different business or something like that, we can go do that, or whatever you want to do, but I don't think you really need to do that. I think...
You don't think you would have wanted, let's say before we met, or like when we first met, I hadn't worked there yet. Would you not have wanted me to work there?
Not really.
Why?
Because I know how men and people are. They're just, you know, there's a lot of weird people out in the world, especially California. A lot of weird people in California. And, you know, like, you're very, very, very attractive. You have a very nice body. And I know, like, there's weird people that just be in Hooters, and there's weird people that, like,
you don't want nobody checking out your woman.
Well, no, I don't care. Obviously, people are gonna check you out, but it's just, you know, it's like sometimes people cross points because they feel like they can, because they're in like a work atmosphere or something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, maybe a regular comes in or something and isn't having a good day, so like calls you out your name or something, and you gotta kind of like face that.
That happened to me once.
I can't face that. Like,
that did happen
I
to me
can't
once.
face that. I'm gonna be all like,
Yeah, one time somebody called me the B word.
Oh, yeah.
He was very mean. Was scary. And then I went over to him and I called him out. I said, "Excuse me, did you just call me this?"
Yeah, that's when
I was bold, wasn't I?
Yeah, I don't like that. That's very disrespectful. So
okay, but back to what you asked. I don't think that it's the right mindset to say like I could not date somebody who had a 9 to 5 at all. Like that, just because you work a 9 to 5 does not mean that you're stagnant.
nothing
does not mean that at all.
I'm gonna tell you the 110% truth, because this is like the 110% truth. A lot of people, they will have like all these things that they think they are doing, but they really aren't doing at all. So like dead ass. No, I'm 100% serious.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like people will literally like some people will have like so many opportunities to get a job, or like it doesn't matter. A job is a job. Like if you can make money and you can support yourself, and if you have other people that you need to support, if you can support them and do what you need to do, it's, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not going to be happy with it, but you got to do what you got to do. But then there's people that think that they're doing something because maybe they're like just satisfied as themselves, but then they're not making any income or anything like that. It's like it's like a difference of like, okay, you're actually trying and you're having a job and you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're striving to be better, rather than acting like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, and making yourself feel like you're doing good and doing, you know what I'm saying?
When you're really not.
When you're really not
doing much of anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really like when people have too much pride to think that they can't go get, or that they think they're like above certain jobs, when you're kind of just at home not really doing anything. Every so often you might do something. So it's like, why do you think that you're above a job? Like I never thought that I was above a job. I literally worked at Home Depot and Hooters and made like no money, but it was still enough to like pay for my gas to school, you know?
Exactly.
So I think you need to start somewhere. Don't ever think that you are above starting somewhere. Like no matter how low you go, think of it as, okay, if you start at the very, very bottom, that means there's only up from there. True. You know what I mean?
That's very true.
Versus if you don't start anything at all, what are you doing? You're just sitting there, just wasting time away, hoping for something to come to you. Nothing is ever going to come to you in life. You have to work for everything. You cannot just think that things are going to get thrown to you.
You gotta work. You gotta grind. You gotta work hard. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of stuff is easy. And if it does comes easy, then usually it's not there to last. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, how about this? Do you think that if you are a successful person, do you think that you're obligated to help your other family and friends be successful? Like how much of that obligation falls on you, or is it up to them?
I feel like you're not obligated to do anything you really don't want to. It's just really like a choice. Like, for instance, like if you want to help your family, like not everybody can help their family or friends or whatever be successful, because maybe they're in different lanes or different, you know what I'm saying? Different like professions or just different hobbies that they like to do. Or maybe there's a profession that you're good at and this person's not that good at. So you can't just be like, okay, here, like, bro, like do this and do that. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Also, a lot of times when you help people, it actually holds them back.
True.
Because you help them and then they start to like just rely on it and expect it, and they don't try to like strive to make stuff for themselves because they just know that they have you to fall back on.
Exactly. That's true. And also, like, usually like a lot of successful people, they have a lot of stuff that they're already taking care of. So, you know, sometimes it's probably harder for, you know, successful people to like help with this and this because maybe they're paying for this and that, and you know, just a lot of stuff. But all in all, I think if you can, you definitely should put, you know, your friends, family, and anybody in the position to, you know, be successful,
to grow. Yes.
Yeah, to grow and stuff. But you know, it's like
to an extent.
Yes, to an extent.
Saying.
It's not to like, okay, here's $1 million. Now do this, do that, do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let's see where I can help, not just, you know, not like a handout, basically.
Yeah. Like you can do it to help them grow, but if they're not growing from it, then at some point you have to be like, okay, what are you really using? What are you really doing with like the opportunities? Because a lot of people, they start to think that just like money grows on trees, and they think that like once you start to make some money and become successful, people start to like not value your own money the way that you do. And you're like, excuse me, I actually did have to work hard for this. So you can't just feel like, you know, what's the entitled to it.
True.
I will help you, but don't think that I owe you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like definitely like you can't feel entitled, like what Destiny said about like other people's money. Like I said, you never know. People could literally be paying stuff that you don't know, or have bills that you don't know, or this and that, and they could be the richest people in the world. Like it does not matter. Like some people just don't know what goes on in other people's lives and stuff. So I think that, you know, whatever help that you can get or you can give, I feel like you should be grateful and like to give, to be able to give, and to be able to just receive anything you give or anything you get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But at the same time, when you do help people, it always comes back.
Yeah, it's good karma. That's karma.
Help people as much as you can.
Yes,
but,
that's
karma.
You
know, if people are taking advantage, then that's like a different story.
Yeah, definitely. But good karma, you always want to have good karma. So, babe, I know, like, obviously, we are more of like just family oriented. Like, we just more stay at home, like to like watch TV, have fun at the house, and just be more inside. We're homebodies, basically, right?
Yes.
So since we are homebodies, we don't have like a lot of friends that we hang out on a day-to-day basis, right?
No, not on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so what is like, what I saw somebody ask us, they were asking basically like, what is it like to have social media friends, and then what is it like to have like actual real friends where you didn't meet outside of social media and stuff? Because basically they were saying in today's age, or like just our generation, it's more social media, like everything is more social media driven. So people are meeting each other more and just becoming more friends and stuff off of social media. Yeah. So they also,
well, I feel like sometimes when you're like friends with somebody and you kind of met through social media and you like post a lot whenever you're hanging out and stuff on social media, it kind of can give the perception off that people are closer than they really are.
Goodness.
Where it's like, let's say you're just hanging out with somebody and you like go to dinner. You could very well be best friends, but you could also just be like going to dinner and maybe you haven't even seen them. Maybe you see them twice a year, so you're not really that close, but people might think like, oh my gosh, you're like really good friends and think you're so connected and stuff, and like put a lot of pressure on the friendship. But most of the time, a lot of people on social media aren't like that close of friends.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are, I'm sure, but a lot of times when you see people at like events and stuff, they're not like talking to these people all the time, like really close friends with them. It's just every so often, you know, when they see them or whatever.
Yeah. I think that they're like, in our life, our generation now is definitely way more social media driven. Like, I feel like almost everybody that is my friend now is kind of off of social media. it's mainly just me, Destiny, and Koa. And like I said, we're homebodies, so we're always at home. So like the friends I have now are like, okay, if I go play in my basketball league and stuff, those are my friends, but I met all of them off of social media. Literally every single one besides Luke.
Luke, or what about who? No, not really.
I met everybody on like Stefan's not on my basketball team. Like, so like I said, majority
everybody who's not
everybody who's on my basketball team I met through social media.
Oh, your current basketball team.
Yeah, my current basketball team I met through social media. Oh. So like I'm saying, like it's kind of crazy how just like all just this generation is just like, oh yeah, I know him. Yeah. Oh, how you know him, bro? Oh yeah, I follow him on Instagram or this and that. I feel like everybody is like friends through social media.
Oh yeah, people will be like, "Oh yeah, that's my homie. I know him," and they never even really met.
Yeah, but like it's crazy because this generation is just literally like, okay, boom, like you may just be following this person and you guys can literally be just friends on social media, right? Like never kicked it outside of social media, none of that stuff. And then when you guys actually kick it, it's like, whoa, like this person is maybe a lot different than he is on social media, or you know what I'm saying? Just
yeah. So do you think that social media kind of helps people form relationships better, or do you think it just forms like superficial relationships?
I feel like social media can form good relationships, and then it can also form like relationships maybe because this person has a certain amount of followers, or maybe because like these people mess with this person, so I want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, the tricky part about it is like a lot of times people that become friends on social media, it's automatically like there's an inherent underlying hard to explain, like not motivation behind it, but you probably wouldn't really be that person's friend if they didn't have followers, because you see that they have followers, like, oh, they're probably really cool, I want to be their friend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep, that's how. I mean, I don't go like that. I feel like I'm just like, if anybody, like I'll be DMing people, like,
but people will like want to be your friend sometimes only because you have followers, is what I'm saying.
True. Yeah. That happens a lot of times. Like people would DM me like, yo, what's up, bro? Like I got this business.
Like they wouldn't want to be your friend, specifically your friend, if you didn't. Like they wouldn't care. Yeah,
but I mean, I like, bro, I'll be scrolling, I'll see some crazy like art or something, and be a person with like 1,000 followers or something. It does not matter. Like, bro, you're great at what you do. Like, let me buy some art, just anything. And I feel like that's a genuine way how to actually create a social media friendship that could last outside of social media. Is just like being genuine and not having an intention like to do anything, basically. Like just be a genuine person as you would as if you met somebody in real life, Yeah,
the only problem that I feel that comes a lot with social media friendships is the public kind of pins you against each other,
for sure,
a lot of times, and it can really get in people's head and make you start second guessing things, or make you start to see people like they really pin you against each other. Yeah, it's really sad. I feel like it can kind of ruin things,
especially if you guys are like in the same workforce. So like, for instance, we are YouTubers, like we're YouTubers, and we are like social media, like we are content creators basically, which there's a million other content creators. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like people put things against each other, or maybe somebody could take something in a different way, and then people like twist it all up and then make it seem like it's bigger than what it really is, and stuff,
Yeah, like, or sometimes they'll compare certain couples or whatever.
Yeah, couples, anybody.
Yeah, honestly. Anybody, whatever space you're in, they'll like compare you, and then they feel like if they're fans of one, then they gotta be against the other, and like talk crap, and then it almost will make the other people feel like, wait, well, why are your people coming against me for you? And you're like, whoa, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I think that it's just like a big, if you're in the same workforce and you got same friends and stuff like that, obviously, like it just becomes conflict, especially if you guys don't know each other and you guys only meet from social media. But I think this day and age, this generation now is just so, I think it's just so crazy how social media driven, because honestly, like I'm not even old. I don't even want to sound old or nothing. But when I was in like middle school and stuff, bro, we were literally like not just on our phones, like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, like all that. We were having to call each other like, hey bro, are you gonna be at the gym, or are you where you was, like what's the plans for today, bro? Like we wasn't on social media like, hey bro, like what's, you know what I'm saying?
But it is cool that you can really connect with people from all different walks of life, from like all different places in the world. Like it's really cool how you can do that.
Honestly, social media is like the best thing in the world. Like I'm not talking no mess about it. I'm just talking about like as in friendships and like a real genuine like friendship. Having a good friendship is I feel like having a good friendship is better to have outside of social media, because then you're, you know what I'm saying, you're really getting the full genuine person. Yeah. You're not.
But it's, I don't know, but it's just hard because I've seen how they move, and literally in the influencer world, people really care less about you, genuinely care less about you if you have less followers. Like if there's a group of 10 people,
that's so normal,
and 2 of them have
crazy.
The least, like everybody will probably know that they have the least and will kind of ignore them the most. You know what I mean? Which is just really sad and not.
Honestly, I think that stuff is just crazy, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just how our world and our like generation is. Like social media is kind of like runs the world. Dead ass, social media runs the world. Like you can go on social media right now and type anything in, and you'll either get a picture, you'll get something on it, or you know what I'm saying? You gonna know.
And it's also funny how when people first start, they be acting like they're not into social media, and then next thing you know, they're full blown into it, hooked.
Content creators reviewing all this stuff and this and that. But honestly, if you can be a content creator and you want to be a content creator, it's very, very fun, and it's also dope because you can you can be inspired to aspire. You know what I'm saying?
And it helps create so many more businesses. Like I even try to tell my dad so much. Like my dad's a home inspector, and I try to tell him and give him tips on his Instagram and stuff. Oh my gosh, babe, he was a mess before I got a hold of his Instagram.
Yeah, like there's just social media. Like if you got any business, you can grow your business like through social media, networking, and all that. I think social media is like the best thing when it comes to businesses and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But let's get off the social media stuff, babe, because you know some people have been asking us. We will stay on the social media stuff because somebody asked us, what is it like being a content creator with a baby? Oof. Like that is a very good question because, guys, you don't understand having a baby and still trying to get videos done, this podcast, and just all in all, just making sure we get our brand deals, just everything. It's so hard to do because, like, bro,
it's hard. Yeah, I explain it like this. Imagine if you had to take your child to work with you. Like, let's say you have an office job that you go to or whatever, and you have to take your kid to work with you. How much work do you think you're going to get done? Like, none. Nothing. It's going to be so hard. They're going to be on you the whole time, pulling on you, trying to get something, fussing, or just being crazy. You're going to be having to chase after them. Like, it's actually really hard, yelling.
And, like, if you got a baby at Koa's age, oof. Oh, my goodness, if you got anything in his reach, he's grabbing it, so you better watch out. So I think just for us, just being content creators, it's fun because, you know, we get to work from home and, you know, we get to incorporate our son into our videos and let him have some fun with us and stuff. So I think that's cool, but just overall, it's really hard for us. Like, it's sometimes you may see us, we may look super tired, or sometimes we may just not be able to post because one day maybe Koa doesn't take a nap and he's fussy throughout the whole day, and we have to like make sure he's good, and you know, it gets hard. But all in all, I wouldn't honestly trade anything for anything.
Well, I love that we have so many memories of him now. Like when I was making his little 1-year-old birthday video. Oh my gosh, so I went back and watched the video from when he was born. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's sad.
I mean, it's, oh my gosh. I just love sad. That feeling.
He's growing.
I kind of want to have another kid, but then I don't know.
I'm ready. I don't know why my phone keeps doing that, guys. It's the nanny.
It's actually mine. I think I have my volume on. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Koa's over here going crazy. He flips and flops everywhere.
All night. Hey, guys, if you listen, I don't care. I know a lot of you guys, people are going to come for us, especially if you know what I'm saying, if you're not a parent yet, you might be like, oh, yeah, don't have your baby sleep in your bed with you. Da, da, da. Well, guess what? My baby sleeps in our bed with us, and I love it.
Julius is attached as heck.
I'm attached. I don't care.
Selena asked me today who's gonna be the discipline, like when he gets to be 16 years old. Like, are you gonna? I'll let him know, when he wants like a girlfriend and wants to bring her over to the house and stuff.
Oh, he's gonna be very well raised, and he's gonna know what he should be doing and what he shouldn't be doing, to where I don't even have to worry about it, and I can trust him in those situations. But
so are you gonna let him have girls like in his room, door closed, or what?
Yeah, but he's gonna have to know, like, he's gonna have to know, like, responsibility. Like, I'm not around, bro. It's
how about our daughter?
Responsibility now.
You're going to let her have a boy over in the house, door closed?
That's a different situation, you know what I'm saying?
What, you're going to be double standard?
I'm a double standard.
You can't do that, because if she sees her brother doing it, she's going to think it's okay. So what?
But listen, though. Her brother's older, so her brother sets an example.
No, how about she's like, okay, well, when brother was this age. I'm like, when brother was this age.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, her brother's going to set an example, so her brother's going to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you are, you know, teaching your sister the right things, because this household is very, you know, this household is just gonna be very, very good. And
so what age can she have a boyfriend, and what age can Koa have a girlfriend?
Those are really good questions, because I don't have a daughter yet, so honestly I don't even know how that type of love feels. But I know that, like, having a child is just a different type of love. Like, I promise to God, nobody can explain the type of love that you can have for a child. Like, especially your child. It's like, it's insane. But
it's the most beautiful, pure love you'll ever experience in your life.
It's the most craziest, pure love, and it's the best love. Like, don't matter what. Koa will just walk around and take his diaper off and start swinging it in the air like that, butt naked, with pee in it. And me and Destiny will literally laugh.
He can, like, pee on us and we'll be like, he's so cute.
Yeah, like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different type of love. But me, I don't have a daughter, so I don't really know what that type of love feels like.
Okay, so what age can Koa have a girlfriend?
Koa can have a girlfriend when he knows what he's getting himself into. He knows that, you know,
like, what, right after you have the birds and the bees talk with him?
No. Like, he can have a girlfriend. Like, obviously, like, he's gonna have pretend girlfriends, like, fake. Oh, like, I got a girlfriend at school. Da, da, da.
Okay, so middle school.
No,
like a girlfriend that's like he's going to the movies with, or like bringing over to the house. Like, what age can he have a girlfriend like that?
Oh, well, like, he can
like
start.
He's seeing outside of school.
He can start that, like, middle school, but like,
what age?
It'll be supervised, like, not supervised visits, but, like, you know what I mean. Like, they're not gonna just be staying the night and da da da. They're gonna be like, okay, cool. Like, Dad, is it cool if my girl comes over and we swim and we go do this in the backyard.
There was a girl in
whatever.
my middle school that got pregnant.
Let's see. I mean, there's
you
nothing
have
against that.
In middle school, that's so young.
That's very young, but it's just, that's what I'm saying. He has to know the responsibility that he has when he's alone. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
he's going to know that better than our daughter will, or what? Because are you going to let him date younger than our daughter? End of the question.
Our daughter is going to be, well, you're going to be the head, like, honcho of our daughter to give her, you know, the talk and all that stuff, because I feel like she can follow in a really, really good person.
Okay, what if our daughter wants to go to work at Hooters? You gonna let her or no?
I mean, I don't have nothing against Hooters. I literally don't have
Okay, well, I'm
against
just asking.
like literally, Destiny is probably one of the most kind, one of the most like big-hearted, just always wants good for people, genuine, and all that. And I feel like once we have a daughter, I won't even have to worry about any of that type of stuff, because Destiny's gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be following Destiny's footsteps, and Destiny is like a really good person to follow.
So you think our daughter's gonna?
She's like an idol.
You think our daughter's gonna follow my footsteps and Koa will follow yours?
Yeah, I think Koa is my.
I want Koa to have my sweetness.
Yeah, but Koa isn't like my little mini me. I'm trying to let you guys know now. He is a daddy's boy, and like when I say he's a daddy's boy, he is a complete daddy's boy. And I don't care what Destiny says. I literally don't even care what she says no more at this point, because, like, you know what I'm saying? The proof, what do you always say? The proof is in the pudding or something like that? What do you say?
I say that.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. That's what it is.
For you, it's like a whole competition.
No, it's not a competition.
It is a competition.
No, it's not a competition. But guys, I am a very prideful dad, and I am just a very, like, I'm happy. I'm glad I'm a dad. Like, being a dad is very, like, is the most important thing after, like, well, being a dad is the most important thing when you get a girl pregnant.
Okay, wait, I need to tell you this. I saw somebody talk about this, and I was like kind of a little bit shocked at how strong her take was about it. So I want to hear your opinion.
What's my opinion?
She basically was saying that even like above her kids, above anything in her life, like her husband comes before her kids. Her husband will always come before her kids. Okay. And yeah, her reasoning for that was like, okay, her kids one day are going to be grown. They're going to go off. They're going to have their own family. But like her husband is her partner who she's doing life with. So he is going to be her number one no matter what.
That's like I think that's like, you're my number one.
Above Koa?
I feel like you guys are equal. Like you guys.
Babe, I'm not above Koa. Like,
babe,
come on.
but it's just two different. Like the way you show love. Like Koa, I'm all like, Koa, what's that, baby?
But she wasn't saying it's two different. She's saying her husband comes before her kids.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are just all like, it's not anybody comes before anybody. You guys are just all like, I love you guys to death. There's no more to love. Like, I'm giving you guys all my love.
But you could say that I come before Koa. Could you ever say that and genuinely mean it?
I couldn't say you come before Koa, and I couldn't say Koa comes before you. Like in certain situations, yeah, but not in life.
Yeah, well, that's fine to not say anything either way. But like to say, I don't know, it can be kind of triggering for me a little bit, because I think of it in terms of like a little kid whose parent maybe put somebody else before them. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can feel, I don't know, if somebody's not being right, or you can feel kind of like neglected almost. Like I did read somebody's response to it, and it said, as somebody whose mother always put her partners above me, this is very triggering to hear. Yeah,
I feel like that shouldn't even be brought up in any type of situation. I feel like, you know, if you're a genuine person and you just like, you should just have the best intentions for everybody. It shouldn't be like, oh, this is over this is over my kid. Yeah, you definitely,
I'm sure she has genuine intentions for her kid and her husband.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying it shouldn't be like, oh, this person is over this person. Like it shouldn't be like a pick and choose relationship.
Okay, so if somebody asked you,
Yeah.
You have to.
I wouldn't choose. I would be like, I love my son to death and I love my wife to death.
Have
There's
to.
no, like, take me. Keep
nope.
them.
That's not an option.
Like, I don't know what to tell them. I'm just
if you could only save one of us, like, who are you doing it? Like, in that moment.
I'm just going to, well, if there's an option for them to let me go, then I'm going to let myself go.
No, it's like you have to save somebody in that moment. Like, boom, right there. It's not like they're asking you to choose.
Well,
it's like,
I would
boom.
hope I would never have to do that, but I would ask you what you would want me to do.
You know what I would want you to do. You're just trying to save. That's not even. I want you to save Koa. Like, are you kidding me? Why would I want you to save me?
See how I got out that question? You know what I'm saying? I got out that question.
Why are you skirting out of it?
Because honestly, babe, I don't even like to think about that type of stuff because I don't even want to ever have to do that because I love you guys to death. And I feel like, honestly, you guys are just my whole world. Like, I feel like I was put on this world to be a great father and to be the best husband I can be. You know what I'm saying? You know, a great father is, or being a father is the best thing. Like, being a father is the best thing ever. Once you get your significant other pregnant, you don't really know what's to come. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, like, this is what you have to prepare for, or this is what you have to prepare for.
That's the one thing that's like, once you're a parent, like, you're always a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's the best thing. Literally, it is the best thing ever. And if anybody says that, they're not true to themselves and they're not like
if they don't think it's the best thing.
Bro, it's like the best thing ever. Being a father and just being a parent is the best thing ever. Like, you're raising
super rewarding.
Bro, you're raising somebody to be in this world to represent you and your family, and basically, like, you're molding this person to be how you want to, like, a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cole's gonna be a great person.
What if he was like going down a path that you weren't necessarily proud of? Would you?
I mean, that
step
happens
in and
life.
Tell him.
Yeah, that happens in life. Not everybody has a great. I didn't have a great path. I had crazy, weird things and just like stuff that happens. But that's life. And
you had a good path.
Yeah, I had a good path. But I'm saying, like, I had a different path. My path was not like just okay, cool, like. Boom,
Nobody has no steady straight path. I know, don't even let anybody convince you of that. Like, people that act like they have it all figured out. No, I guarantee you they don't have it figured out. And if they think they do, they're probably just trying to stick to that and probably not even happy doing it.
And on God, it's good not to have everything figured out, because the smartest person in the room is the person with the least amount of knowledge.
The least to learn, the least to gain, right?
The least amount of knowledge person in the room.
What do you mean by that?
The smartest in the room.
The least amount of knowledge
is the smartest in the room.
Why?
Because he has so much to learn. If you know everything, then what are you going to learn?
Not a thing. Nobody knows everything. So stop acting like you do, people. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. So if you're always open to learning, then you have everything to learn. And if you always think you know, then you have nothing to learn. And
you are do you think I'm a know-it-all? You're kind of a know-it-all.
Destiny is a know-it-all. She thinks she knows everything.
Me?
No, I'm just joking. No, Destiny, sometimes she definitely be like, I'd be like, babe, what are you even talking about, bro? You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you literally have no clue, Destiny.
No, me and you are just sometimes both so adamant that, like, we're right and we know. It's so hard. Right. It's so hard for us to relinquish that and be like, I'm not right.
Yeah.
We both always
Destiny
think we are.
Like, if I'm wrong and, like,
you'll never admit it.
If I say I'm wrong, Destiny would be like, I told you.
No, even if I prove him wrong, he'll pivot and try to flip it to where he meant something else. And then all of a sudden he's right again. He'll be like, yeah, see, that's what I said. That's what I see. I told you. Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean? That means you're wrong. No, see, I told you.
But I'm not, babe. Listen, I don't be, you know what I'm saying? I don't be wrong. I just be sometimes misunderstanding what be said. I'm just being honest, because you know, 9 times out of 10, I be knowing the answer.
He swears he knows about topics
joking.
He's never even heard about, and he'll fully convince you that he knows what he's talking about.
I do. I convince myself sometimes. I'll be like,
you do. Bro. You get so
but I'll get
into
deep.
Proving yourself right.
No, but I'll get deep into it. And I think that's a really good thing about me, though. I'll get deep into it. It doesn't matter what it is, bro. And it could be a deep conversation, and we could be like going like back and forth at it. And I'll really go and do my research. My gosh. And learn
how about with the betting? Oh my gosh. Betting. You always are so. I'm surprised you don't get every bet right the way you're so convinced.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. That's just what it is. That stuff be fake.
And then when you're wrong, that's fake. That's fluky.
It be rigged, bro. That stuff be so rigged. I can't even speak about
So what are you talking about? Why, did you lose one recently?
Yeah, I did. The Bears lost. Your team, your home. I bet on the Bears because
don't blame me.
She's from Chicago, so I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Oh, now it's my fault that you lost your bet.
Nah, it's not my fault.
They didn't want you betting on them.
They did want me.
Get out of here with that.
They just was. It was just.
You can't bet on us.
Fluky stuff. All right, babe. So somebody else hit us up, and they had a very curious question. They asked us, how is your intimate life after a C-section? That's a very good question because, and listen, I'm going to be the first to say this. If you have to go through a C-section or you went through a C-section, you are a warrior and you're a savage because, like, bro, people don't even know. I was in the room when Destiny had a C-section. And like, bro, it's
Were you tripping?
I'm like tripping. I'm like, how is Destiny sitting here? She's calm and she's getting a baby like taken out of her. You know, I'm like with hands.
And it's so intense.
Yeah.
And
my gosh. Oh my God. It's just so crazy. Like
they go through 8 layers of like tissue and muscle and skin and all that. 8 layers they cut through. Yeah, can you believe that?
It's just, honestly, I think that it's just the craziest thing. And I hate when people be talking about like, oh yeah, you know, like the doctors, they just want to give you a C-section because they just want to like rack up the bill and this and that. Bro, I hate when people say that, bro, because sometimes people don't be having the options to say, no, I don't want a C-section. You know what I'm saying? And they have to in order to have a healthy birth. Yeah. And I think that, you know.
Sometimes it's a lot of times, like in my case, it really was completely unnecessary. Yeah. I had no other choice. As much as I wanted to have a vaginal birth, like I literally couldn't because Koa was breached. So, and like the way my uterus is shaped, they could not turn him at all. So it was over for that. He didn't even have room to turn anymore because I have like a heart-shaped uterus, so he didn't have a lot of room to turn. And yeah, I basically had to have a C-section, and it was so hard to come to terms with, which I don't know why it was so hard for me to come to terms with, but I was so...
She was emotional.
Babe, the freaking month before, how was I?
She was like every second trying to get him to turn. She did not want to have a C-section. But, you know, I think, honestly, it worked out really good. And, you know, our intimate lifestyle after the C-section is magnificent. And we're going to be working on baby number 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, it's actually the same. It didn't change anything at all because nothing even happened down there.
And I think the scar is cool.
What?
I think it's cool.
That's weird. You look at it?
No, I don't look at it, but I think it's cool. Like,
why do you think it's cool?
Because some people be like all tripping, like, oh my God, I'm scared of the scar.
No, I don't care about the scar at all.
Bro, that is a beauty wound. Like, you got a beauty wound right now.
It really wasn't even the scar that I didn't want to have. What got me so bad was just mourning the loss of like that whole intimate experience. Like I really wanted to have that whole intimate birth where you feel that pain and you get to push him out and then you get to hold him and put him on your chest right away. Like it was not that at all. You couldn't see anything going on down there. It was a lot more painful than you would think. I don't know what was going on with me. I don't know if my epidural maybe like didn't take as much, but
maybe your body was like,
I felt a lot. Like it felt like they were pulling my organs out of my body, you guys. It was an agonizing pain. Like imagine somebody just digging inside of you and pulling out every organ one by one. It was awful.
That's no good. And it was like just kind of crazy because it was like I couldn't even cut his umbilical cord, nothing. And then like right after that, it was scary. Like that was probably like a really, really scary moment because I went over to the doctors and stuff when they had Koa, and they're like, oh, he has just like a little bit of fluid in his lungs. Like we're going to like try to get it all out, whatever. And then they said they got it out, and then we went upstairs, and he was like wheezing or something, and then they had to take him to the ICU.
Yeah, it was so sad because Julius had left really quickly to go get us some food, and then the doctor came in to check on him, and that's when they took him to the NICU when Julius left. So I was there all alone when they took him, and I was so sad. Yeah. I was an emotional wreck.
It was a stressful moment, but it all worked out because, you know, my boy is healthy. My boy is happy. My boy is 1 year old now, which is crazy. Like, he's growing every second, every day.
Isn't it crazy to think that he was only a little 5 pound something ouncer when he came home? Yeah, and crazy. Now look at him.
It's cool. I like.
He's big and chunky.
Yeah, now he just be he doesn't crawl. He walks everywhere. He walks around the whole house, just makes his way, does his own thing. Like, it's so fun.
Goodness, he's cute.
And we're moving, like we keep telling you guys. And I think that, you know, we have a lot of projects for the backyard and just a lot of projects all in all. So I think that.
Can you believe
it's
that?
Gonna be fun for him.
Can you believe he's gonna be a Texan?
Yeah, he's gonna be from Texas.
Could you believe that?
He's gonna be from Texas.
He's literally gonna be a Texan.
Oh, speaking of Coco, baby, he's moving. Oh, now he stopped. Coco be moving, man.
Okay, babe, crazy. I want to tell you this thing that I read on Reddit.
Okay, let me hear it.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to tell you the gist of it. So this woman's husband asked her how long it would take her to remarry after he died. And her, what? Her response was it would take her a few years or possibly decades.
A few years?
A few years or possibly decades is what she told me.
A few years and decades is way different.
Well, I'm just telling you what she said. Now, he said that after that he was rethinking their entire marriage, and he didn't think that she was his soulmate anymore because of her response. Like, he literally wanted a divorce. Like, he was fully pissed about it, like not talking to her. Like, he was actually hurt, and like, I don't think that I want to be with you anymore if you would remarry after I died.
He was probably on some good ganja and probably just really sitting there thinking of like, damn, like after 20 years, my wife is about to be in love with somebody else. Not even 2 years. She's going to be in love with somebody else.
So would you want me to remarry?
Not after 2 years.
No, at all, ever.
Yeah, definitely, because
you would.
Yeah, I mean,
you're lying.
I mean, if I was here on Earth, no, dead ass. Like, if I was here on Earth, I would be pissed. I would be so pissed.
What do you mean?
But I'm not. Like,
if we divorced?
Yeah, like I'm not here. Like, I'm not able to.
But you
like,
can.
It's out of my control. You're
looking down on us, though. Are you gonna haunt me?
No, but it's just, you know, if it's not.
I wouldn't remarry though.
If it's not in my control, like, it's nothing I could do about it, you know. And like, my biggest thing is I would want to make sure you're happy and make sure Cole is happy. And like, obviously at that age, like if Cole is older or whatever, he's obviously gonna want to make sure like his mother's happy. So if you're happy and you're with somebody who's good, like, and he's not gonna treat Cole bad, you bad, or anything like that, then I'm all for it. But I gotta be.
So how long do you think that you
up in heaven, bro? I gotta be gone up there, and you gotta make sure you see everything.
So like, if I died, how long would it take you to remarry?
It would take me.
For real though, like your real answer. Seriously.
I honestly don't think I would have remarried, bro.
Okay, well, what if you found somebody who was just everything and like Koa loved her so much, like so much.
I don't think.
And she was your best friend.
I think for me, it would be, I would have to be an old man. And I think that for me, it would just be like, I don't know. It would, I don't know. I don't even want to think about that. That stuff is like kind of crazy. That stuff is.
So you think you would never, ever remarry?
I would never.
What if Koa said that he wanted you to?
I would tell him sorry. Like, I'm sorry, son, but your mother is my soulmate, and one day, you know, when I pass, I'll be with her. We're gonna be married, and then we're gonna love each other like we did when she was here. You know what I'm saying? But that's all just BS. And you know, I love Destiny, and she loves me, and that shall never happen.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
Let's knock on some wood for that one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this ain't no crazy podcast and stuff. This is just, you know, Destiny's just over there on Reddit and stuff. Reddit is crazy. No, Reddit got some crazy stuff.
Reddit does have some crazy stuff.
Yeah, Reddit is a place where you can go and get any answer, any scenario, anything.
Okay, I forgot to tell you what I was going to say earlier when I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about people coming for people.
Oh, yeah. Let me hear it.
Okay, so the other day we posted a video with my mom in it. Uh-huh. So I talked to my mom today, and she's like, your people were pissing me off. I'm like, why? She's like, they were saying that I look miserable in every video. Why do I look so miserable? I think I saw like one comment about that or something.
I'm not even gonna lie, babe. Your mom, she got clowned on in one of the videos.
Babe, you better not.
Hey, babe, they got on her
She's
koofy,
gonna get mad at you if you tell them what they said.
I'm sorry, but they got on her koofy and called her Stephanie Smith, babe.
Babe, hey, she was very upset about that one too.
Yeah, but hey, she don't even look like Stephanie. I don't even know where they got. Maybe it was an angle or something, but I don't think even where you get the resemblance from. But I think it's just funny because if you know who Stephanie Smith is, it's funny. Like Stephanie Smith is a funny guy on like the ESPN show and stuff.
Is
He's
he?
funny. He's funny. Like he just be saying reckless stuff, like saying anything.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, people just say some crazy stuff, but I'm like, okay, everybody's thing that they always say is like, oh, don't listen to the comments. Who cares, right? True. But then if they get one comment, pissed. Or like, people will be like, don't listen to the comments, da-da-da-da-da. But then let's say they left the comment and then somebody responds to their comment. Do you see people getting so pissed that somebody even like responded to their comment? Like, why would you say that?
Bro, I be seeing people like
go
on the
crazy.
Comments be going crazy on each other, like
in crazy arguments.
Crazy arguments, calling each other crazy names. I'm over here like, damn,
whoa,
bro. We all part of the same JD fam. Like, you guys should not be arguing. But a lot of the, you know, we got a lot of supporters that, you know, support us just for like who we are. And I think that's dope. Because then there's a lot of people that be coming on our stuff that just be saying some reckless stuff in our comments. But the people who've been supporting us since day one, or just even support us in general, they be having our backs. You know what I'm saying? They be seeing the BS that some of the people be saying and be like, what?
Yeah, but sometimes one person says something and then they all start getting carried away, making it like a whole conspiracy, and it's like, wow.
It could be anything.
Let's chill out.
It could be anything. Like, I could be literally like taking a Gunther or something, and they'll be like, oh, I don't even know. I don't know. It's getting late.
I know. Once he starts talking about Gunthers.
Yeah, guys, it's getting late. It's about 12:50 at night. You know what I'm saying? And me and Destiny are early birds. So we're going to probably end this podcast episode here. It really feels good to be back. And I just really want to let you guys know that we have such big plans for this podcast, especially at our new crib. We have a whole entire room dedicated for our podcast. So this is just the beginning, and we literally we got so much stuff in store. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys are subscribed because we will be posting every single Friday from now on. Maybe Wednesdays, Fridays, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You just might pop up, get a surprise video here and there. Who knows? And we got some more special announcements that we will be dropping in our next video or in our next podcast that you guys will be able to kind of interact with. And yeah, it's going to be super fun. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So with that being said, you got anything else to say, babe?
I love you.
I love you too.
Ew.
What? That
You
was
stink.
that was doodle, man.
You could have warned me to close my mouth or something.
Babe, don't act like you don't be huffing and puffing when I fart. You're dirty.
I don't even want to talk right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
guys,
trying to breathe it in. I'm not gonna lie.
We gotta end this video right here. You know what I'm saying? We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys in our next episode. Peace.